Hello, my name is Kiana Shiro, and I'm doing this project with Cameron Neely on facility operations, more specifically, Gill's Sportsplex operations. The current operations of Gill Sportsplex is owned and operated by Gil Freed, located in Keene, New Hampshire. The facility type is softball and baseball, and the makeup and build includes 6 fields built for softball and baseball with natural grass outfields and an insulated irrigation system and a lighting system. There is one main building with smaller buildings. The main building includes administration offices, restrooms, 2 training tunnels and batting cages, and a small workout area. The smaller buildings, known as Butler buildings, are more for equipment storage, fertilizer, other maintenance supplies, and steel. And it is made of steel to preserve costs, which is very effective. The industry analysis of their sportsplex. First, we need to look at other sportsplexes. And more importantly, what is a sports complex? A sportsplex is, as stated, an indoor-outdoor sports facility where multiple sports can be played on various surfaces. We're comparing a good frame of reference to Gill's facilities using CT Sportsplex and Fairfield Sportsplex. CT Sportsplex is located in North Branford in Connecticut, and they have a lot more sports available at that facility, such as, softball and baseball to begin with, and soccer, golf, and other leisure family activities. This does not include just sports, it includes fun activities that they have there. The indoor facilities include batting cages, laser tag, bumper cars, arcade, instructional areas, and hitting tunnels. The outdoor facilities include a full baseball field with 5 lit baseball and softball fields, 1 large regulation soccer field, a dome, and a golf driving range. The hitting tunnels at this sportsplex are $18 to $25 for 30 minutes or $25 to $30 for an hour. The full field is starts at $105 for 30 minutes and $175 for an hour. This is just renting and being able to use. The dome is $170 per hour to rent fields in the dome, and the outdoor contains, as I said, 5 lit fields and a driving range. For members, it's $75 for an hour or $100 for a game on the field. And for non-members, it's $100 an hour and $150 for the game. While the driving range, anyone can go. You just pay, you bring your own clubs, and you pay however much a bucket of golf balls cost, whether it be small, medium, or large. Normally, it is anywhere from $4 for a small bucket to $6 for a small bucket, and a large bucket can cost anywhere from $8 to $13 for a large. Now we're moving on to the Fairfield Sportsplex. It is not as large or available to the public, or more sports are available to the public, but it is unique in that it's accommodable for ice sports. So while there is a indoor baseball field, a softball field, soccer, and there is field hockey, there's also an ice rink. Unfortunately, there are no outdoor fields, so there's one large field house. The primary difference between this place and CT Sportsplex is Fairfield does not have that many tournaments, as it's located within 60 miles of the Sportsplex, and it snows a lot there. Because it snows a lot there, they aren't as readily available for as many tournaments, or outdoor play as CT Sportsplex, mostly because of the building use and how much money they do already have. Tournaments are a very significant revenue source for CT Sportsplex, while it is not for Fairfield. Now, numbers within the industry as a whole in 2010, baseball had 12.5 million players in the United States. Softball had 10.8 million players. And the sports or activities that were growing rapidly at the time were yoga, kayaking, and cross-country skiing, which in some areas you just can't do that. But yoga is something you can always do. Financial analysis. It's always fun to get into the finance. Financial analysis, the company style that Gill uses is Limited Liability Company, LLC. The construction time that Gill Sportsplex took was between January 2010 and January 2012. There were many things that he did, including shares that he spread throughout his family were given to his partners, and he set aside 500,000 shares for a future investor from his personal shares, which allows for partial ownership. The construction cost. There we go. The construction cost was 2.8 million for the total construction, the land being 1.2 and the facility being 1.6. Gill's initial payments were not able to fulfill the entire project, so you did have to take out a loan. This would include a 15-year loan of $1.7 million. 1.6 would be put towards the facility, and the 100,000 would turn into a sinking fund, which is basically a rainy day fund if something goes wrong. He developed a pro forma income budget, which developed into an income statement. His total revenue for the budget would equal out to 1.5 million. Cost of goods and the cost of everything would be 1.2. Gross income would be 240,000 roughly. Taxes taken out of that income are 96,000. So the profit after a year would be roughly 104,000, which is not much. It's okay. It's okay. Part 3. His main sources of revenue are mostly tournaments. Tournaments are a big factor in this entire process. If he were not to be able to host any major tournaments or enough tournaments, he would not break even. Registration fee is usually 300 to 500 per team. And when you multiply that by 40, it equals to be a lot. And that is actually the bare minimum for a national tournament. Coaches are charged $500 a month for unlimited access to his facilities, with $40 a session, or at $40 a session, coaches would bring in $500 to $700 a week for the complex. This is coming from multiple coaches. And this could lead to generating $6,000 a month and $72,000 annually just from the coaches. Leagues are another big source of income, and if there are enough leagues, it would help them out a lot. This could possibly generate $84,000 for the season, depending on the season. Leagues last roughly 26 weeks, and I'm assuming that these leagues are broken up between spring, summer, and winter. At least for my hometown and my mom's soccer league, it's a city league, they are broken up into different seasons. So it'd be spring, summer, fall, and winter. And each time a new season occurs, you have to repay to get into that season. You're paying both the league and the facility that they're playing at. Concessions are another big factor. They are projected to be $16,000 a week and $421,000 annually. Weekend tournaments average $20,000 per tournament and $280,000 for 14 tournaments. Partnerships and rentals, they help a lot. In the first year, they both are estimated at $30,000, and rentals are hoping to rise within the next 5 years by 10%. The expenses include employees, facility managers, field supervisors, more employees, and then marketing. And this does not include if something breaks or anything like that. Those are for the emergency fund. These are the baseline expenses that you have to pay each year, that he has to pay each year. And that includes Bob Jones, which is, he starts at $65,000 a year. And this does not include bonuses, and this does not include any means of raising his salary. Field supervisors, same thing, but this is during the 26-week season. And then the rest is the rest. As I said, the biggest financial issues are basically getting enough money. To start off, you're not going to make much money. Gil is not going to make much money. And so these national tournaments and these tournaments are his biggest sources of income. He needs at least 40 teams, as I said in the past, for a typical national tournament to break even with a resulting revenue of $33,350. This is bare minimum. If he gets any less than this, he's not breaking even. And I will now, let's see, that's it. I will now hand it over to my partner, Cameron. I'm sorry it took so long. How do I stop recording? I figured it out.